Hi, my name's Noel. I'm a psychotherapist. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Do subscribe while you're here, and if you're watching this on your website, there's a blue link above where you can enter. If you click on it, it'll open a dialog box and you can enter your email details. And I will send you these blogs on a regular basis. Just a very brief video today thinking about the sort of words we use when describing mental health and mental illness, which can be helpful or unhelpful. This is not a rant against the use of what is known as disabling terminology. It really is about sort of opening up a dialogue. I think a lot of people around the area, the arena of mental illness who don't identify as having had a mental illness do get uncomfortable about the subject and about the terminology to use. Some people, of course, don't care. They're not very thoughtful about their language. Some people will use, obviously, blatantly sort of undermining and insulting language, such as somebody's a nutter or they're a crazy nutter who shouldn't be allowed out on the streets. They're going to empty out all these insane people all over us. And there's obviously sort of gross examples there where somebody is using sort of derogatory and undermining terminology. Out of ignorance or fear, I don't know, but in that sort of situation, it's if you know the person, it's useful if you challenge their use of language. One way of challenging it is if you have experience of mental illness yourself. I do. I'm a psychotherapist. I've been well for a long time, but I used to suffer from depression a lot. I got the help, it went away. The sort of techniques I offer in my practice are the sort of techniques that work for me, so I can vouch for their effectiveness on a personal level as well as the evidence base behind them. So when I'm with people, I like to sort of challenge them if I hear sort of undermining or derogatory statements, or just ill-informed statements, such as mental illnesses can be caught from one person to another. It's nothing like that, of course. It's nothing like a viral infection. You have to have the predisposition often to the very serious mental illnesses, such as schizophrenia or any of those severe and enduring illnesses. You need the underlying sort of biological makeup for that to happen, plus the right environmental circumstances to trigger it. It's got very little to do with the personality of the person involved, to be honest. Whether you're born with these genes or sort of neurological issues is luck of the draw often. It's nothing to do with the person who's born with them. Then it's about having some compassion and support and understanding for somebody who may go through periods of illness and needs some help. On the whole, people with mental illness are more of a risk to themselves than they are to anybody else. And I say that as a professional who's worked with people with personality disorders who are in high secure environments, who may have done some very serious things. So I think I know what I'm talking about on this one. There is a very small minority of people with certain types of disorders that are a risk to other people. The vast majority of people who have either a personality disorder or a mental illness, and they're not the same thing, but they can cross over, the vast majority of people with those types of diagnoses are more of a risk to themselves and need help. What they don't need is to be isolated and vilified more by insulting, derogatory, undermining, sarcastic, isolating terminology. And again, it's not to sort of make you feel uncomfortable about having conversations. I think it's really important, if you don't know what are appropriate terms to use, then ask. Simply do that. Have a conversation with somebody. People like myself who've experienced mental illness and have come through the other side of it, I'm more than happy to talk to people about it. And there'll be people in your workplace. Often in workplaces there are peer programs where colleagues and managers, etc., who've experienced mental illness will be happy to talk to you about it. Get in touch with some of the organisations that exist. Mind, for example, comes to mind. These organisations often have training programs to help you in a work situation, or you can just go along and look at their website and get information. So it's about destigmatising mental illness. And why is that important? Because the sooner we can treat somebody's illness, like any illness at all, the sooner it's treated, A, the sooner somebody stops being unwell and gets a better life, and B, it stops being so serious. So, for example, around depression, if you leave it because you're embarrassed or ashamed or you're worried about what people's reactions might be, your depression will go from the acute, very easily treatable stage to what's known as the chronic stage, where you may well have permanent issues. So it's absolutely crucial that we sort these things out, and that we start having an open and honest dialogue around what the issues are, what people's fears are as well. So there you go. Having said it wasn't going to be a rant, I think it did become a little bit of one, but I am quite passionate about this stuff, about supporting everybody to be able to engage in meaningful dialogue with each other. I hope that was useful. Do drop by again. I'll see you another time. Bye-bye.